Now they are.
Done.
I. Gardner. Davis. George.
Here.
Whitfield.
Here.
Ackley.
Here.
Huddleston.
Here.
Gift. Korth.
Here.
Bernack.
Here.
Preston.
Here.
Weiss.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Would you all please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is a public meeting which is subject to the Nebraska Open Meetings Act. A current copy of that law and the rules and guidelines for this meeting are posted on the north wall of this room. They're also posted online at the Sarpy County website under the Planning Commission page. This evening, I'd like to introduce the planning staff and legal counsel. We have Jason Kubicek, Donna Lynham, Kelly Jeck, Nicole Spitzenberger, Lori McNeely. And this evening, I'd also like to welcome Mr. Weiss as a new planning commissioner. The first item is the minutes from the August 17th, 2021 meeting.
Motion to approve is written.
Second.
Okay, hold on here, guys.
I don't think I was here. Let's see.
All right, who made the motion?
Ackley,
Okay,
second by Whitfield. Was in Chicago.
all right, this is going to have to be a verbal roll call on this. I. Gardner? Okay, he's absent. All right, George?
Abstain.
Whitfield?
Yes.
Ackley?
Yes.
Huddleston?
Yes.
Korth?
Yes.
Bernack?
Yes.
Preston?
Yes.
And Weiss?
Abstain.
Abstain. All right, motion carries.
Well, during our regular agenda, I'll introduce each case and then staff will present each detailed application on the agenda and provide a recommended action. After staff has presented a case, I shall open the public hearing process. All individuals who provide testimony shall state their name prior to any testimony. 5 minutes are allowed for the applicant or representative of the applicant. A portion of this time may be reserved for other representatives. 5 minutes are allowed for a representative of an opponent if there are any. 2 minutes are allowed for any other individuals wishing to speak on the proposed action. After this public testimony, I shall close the public hearing process. The proposed matter may be debated and discussed amongst members of the Planning Commission. Commissioners may question any person without the requirement of a rebuttal, and there's no time limit for this discussion. Following the Planning Commission's discussion of the case, I shall ask the Commission what action they wish to take. A recommendation for action from a Planning Commissioner can be to approve with changes, to disapprove, or to table. Following acceptance of a motion in a second, I will call for a vote of the Commission. Commissioners should vote when called upon. With that, Agenda Item 1, MDC Giles Partners, LLC has submitted applications for consideration of rezoning and a final plat.
Great. Okay, this is an application for a rezoning from AGR Agricultural Residential District to BG General Business District and a final plat for a subdivision to be known as lots 1 through 5 inclusive, Giles Point replat 1, generally located southeast of 180th Street and Giles Road. MDC Giles Partners LLC, the applicant and property owner, is proposing a rezoning and replatting of all of Outlot J, Giles Point, a subdivision located in the northwest quarter of the northwest quarter and also the southwest quarter of the northwest quarter, all located in Section 21, Township 14 North, Range 11 East of the 6th Prime Meridian, Sarpy County, Nebraska. So the original change of zone and preliminary plat for Giles Point were approved by the county board in November 2019. The applicant requested a revised change of zone with the final plat, and both were approved by the county board in February 2021. These resolutions rescinded the November 2019 actions. This 6+ acre site was approved as an outlot for future development. This proposal is 5 general business lots. The applicant does have a wastewater service agreement with the city of Gretna that was provided with a final plat approval, resolution 2021-55. The applicant must provide a signed subdivision agreement with the Sarpy County before taking this final plat to the county board. Staff recommends approval of the application for a rezoning from agricultural residential to general business on the property legally described as Outlot J, Giles Point, for a subdivision to be known as lots 1 through 5 inclusive. Giles Point replat 1, subject to the comments and attachments in this recommendation report, as the proposal with existing conditions meets the intent of the Sarpy County Comprehensive Plan and zoning regulations. Staff also recommends approval of the application for a final plat of a subdivision to be known as lots 1 through 5, Giles Point, on the property legally described as Outlot J, Giles Point, subject to the comments and attachments in this recommendation report, as the proposal with existing conditions meets the intent of the Sarpy County Comprehensive Plan and zoning regulations. Please let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, here, I'll pull up the final plat here and zoom in.
Any questions at this time? Hearing none, I'd like to open the public hearing.
Good evening. Martin Pelster, 2120 South 72nd Street, suite number 1200, Omaha, Nebraska. On behalf of the developer, MDC Giles Partners, LLC, I appreciate you guys coming out tonight for this one item. I feel kind of special sitting there with nobody else in the room, so thank you very much. I don't really have anything to add. I have a conceptual drawing if you wanted to see it, but my guess is that you guys got better things to do. And if you have any questions, let me know, but we would appreciate if you recommend approval. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else care to speak to this matter? Seeing none, I'd like to close the public hearing.
Mr. Pelster, just a curiosity on my part, what are they charging for the sewer tap in on all these? Because that wouldn't have been done as part of Outlot J, right?
Yeah, I can't answer that off the top of my head. I don't recall exactly. It's been a while since I did the agreement.
Jason or Don, did you
Yeah, I
guys?
don't recall what the,
I do believe it's about $1,100 an acre for
Yeah.
commercial in City of Gretna sewer jurisdiction.
yeah,
And this is City of Gretna sewer.
So it's not,
that's correct.
I'm sorry, did I say 1,100?
You did?
It's 11,000.
Yeah, that's a pretty big difference.
It might be 11,000, I think it's 11,500 now that she said that, yeah.
Yeah.
thank you.
Any other questions? Would anyone care to make a motion?
If no one else has comments, I would make a motion to approve the rezoning on this application from agricultural residential to general business on the property legally described as Outlot J, Giles Point, a subdivision located on the northwest quarter of the northwest quarter, also the southwest quarter of the northwest quarter, all located in Section 21, Township 14 North, Range 11 East of the 6th Prime Meridian, Sarpy County, Nebraska, for the subdivision to be known as lots 1 through 5 inclusive, Giles Point, replat 1, subject to the comments and attachments in the recommendation report, as this proposal, with the existing conditions, does meet the intent of the Sarpy County Comprehensive Plan and the zoning regulations.
Second.
So we have a motion by Ackley, a second by Korth. Any further discussion? Please vote.
Ron, are you able to vote? There you go.
Yes, ma'am.
There we go. 8 yeas, motion carries.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I'd also make a motion to approve this application for final plat of a subdivision to be known as lots 1 through 5 inclusive, Giles Point, on the property legally described as Outlot J. Giles Point, a subdivision located in the northwest quarter of the northwest quarter and also the southwest quarter of the northwest quarter, all located in Section 21, Township 14 North, Range 11 East of the 6th Prime Meridian, Sarpy County, Nebraska, subject to the comments and attachments to the recommendation report, as this proposal is consistent with the Sarpy County Comprehensive Plan and meets the intent of the Sarpy County zoning and subdivision regulations.
Second.
We have a motion by Ackley, a second by Korth. Please vote.
Mr. George, how would you like to vote?
Yes. Yeah, I just now got the box.
That's okay. 8-4, motion carries.
Done with our regular agenda.
Yeah. Well, that concludes our regular agenda. Next, we have the correspondence agenda with commissioner reports. Mr. Weiss, would you care to give the group a brief introduction?
Yeah, sounds good. Been in Sarpy County for about a little over 25 years. We live in the Tiburon area right now, so I think I'm almost neighbors of Pat. So it's pretty fitting that I took over for him. Just really glad to give back a little bit to the community and help out where I can. I've been with Leader Construction for a little over 7 years. I'm a vice president of pre-construction, so I have a lot of knowledge and experience on pre-design and some of this stuff. This area right here is something I don't have a lot of, haven't been involved in a whole lot, but that little bit after this is when I really get involved. So hope I can help out a little bit.
Great. Well, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Any other commissioner reports?
You ready for your fun fact of the night, Charlie?
Yes.
I went to the NPZA last week, and the one thing they mentioned that was interesting, they talked about workforce development and the difficulty we have in Nebraska, as everywhere, keeping up with employees. But they said one of the things that makes it particularly difficult for Nebraska, anyone want to guess when our state hit 1 million population for the first time? Which census?
Oh, this one. This one.
1890, we hit 1 million people. 130 years later, we've not yet doubled. During the same time, the nation went from 60 million to 330 million, which is 5.5 times. So again, we continue to
Think about that like it's bad.
to erode.
That is interesting.
It's only bad if you're looking for employees.
Nebraska, it's not for everybody.
Anyway, there's your fun fact for the evening if you need some party talk this week.
A question that I had for the planning staff, a while back now, we talked about some studies that were going on about slope requirements and erosion concerns associated with some of the, what I would call some of the more marginal type land that is now being developed
in Sarpy County that we see from time to time. And I know there were a number of agencies that were, or a few folks anyway, a few different agencies we were talking to about giving us a little more fidelity on whether or not current requirements in the zoning regulations would be applicable to some of the land that we see coming up that might have other issues associated with it or extenuating circumstances. Have we heard anything back from any of those outfits regarding those questions that we asked?
I haven't heard any more progress from Papio, Missouri NRD. The Papio Creek watershed is really, the partnership there is really what's taking a look at developing those regulations and why we put a hold on what we had coming in. So I haven't really had any more progress in that realm at all.
Okay.
I know they put a pause on it for a little bit.
They put a pause on it?
As far as I know,
Okay.
but I haven't heard anything further. I've been at the watershed partnership meetings.
Yeah, I just figured it's only a matter of time before we see another that causes a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
3-1 plus 50.
I say it in my sleep. As I'm trying to go to sleep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Still the rule. Any reports from the planning department?
We haven't had a lot go through county board since we last met, but Platteview Industrial Replat 1 went through. That was approved. And we're going to be flooding in a lot here in the next, like October 5th and the 28th of this month for county board. We're going to have a lot go through. So to try to meet the deadline of all the Gretna ETJ extension. I think we have seven different projects going through. So, and then some to follow after that. But yeah, so we've got a full slate here, and then we see what happens after that, kind of. But yeah, Tom mentioned the MPZA, and that went really well. I feel like it was really great to get back together and see people's faces, just on one hand, and then two, it was still a good turnout. There was quite a few people there, so it was nice to kind of get back together. But
So that will go again in March, is that correct?
no, I've heard that they're going to stick with this date, this timeline. So you're going to have to move your hunting trip, I think.
Killing me.
No, but I do think they're going to try to stick with September.
Okay.
So we'll have to
Did this group,
Weather was busier in September.
I know.
did this group get notified that Leisure Village asked to table their application with no set date going forward?
We did not.
So,
If not,
if not, you just did.
there is a deadline, though, of March for them to get back with us and set a date for a new one before that point.
It was tabled indefinitely, and if they don't return with it before March 2nd, 2022, then they have to start over.
With us. Well, with you guys.
Yeah. I actually ran into Mr. Lang about 10 days ago at Anthony's, actually, and he recognized me, and we ended up talking, and he said it was tabled indefinitely.
Yeah.
So.
That's it. Donna, do you have anything else?
And we do have a meeting October 19th, is that right?
Yep.
Busy meeting on October 19th.
I think we've got 4 items planned. So, is it 5? 5 items planned.
Okay. Well, unless there's something else, I think we can adjourn.
To the bar.
So moved. I don't know, do we still vote to adjourn like we used to?
No,
Or do we just get up
get
and go?
Call it, Charlie.
Run.
Thanks for coming.
It was pretty easy.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Should have been here for the
Do this more often.
3.5 hours.
June, July, anybody's agenda.
Last minute notice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.